So, Corey, tell me a little bit about your story. I mean, what were you doing before you came across LANWAN Professional, and what prompted you to seek out a new career?
Before I came to LANWAN Professional, I was working escalation support, and what prompted me to work with LANWAN Professional was the opportunity to gain those certifications and skill sets that I need to go ahead and advance my career.
So, when you were working for Apple, did you not see room for advancement, or what was it about Cisco that prompted you to look at that for advancement?
While I was working at Apple, I honestly didn't see much room for an advancement. It would have primarily been from one level of support to the next. But with the Cisco, I have such a wide array of job opportunities. I can look at advanced escalation support, moving on to network administration, engineering, design. The options provided with the Cisco training was just limitless.
So tell me, what made you start looking into LANWAN Professional itself, the company? I mean, what attracted you to LANWAN Professional, or what got your attention? What made you decide to work through us?
What prompted me to look at LANWAN Professional was primarily the option to receive the training ahead of the repayment, and with that, it gave me that opportunity to work with the company itself rather than to work for the company. In addition to gaining the certifications and receiving the training, I know from a firsthand experience the opportunities that are available because my father works with Cisco equipment daily. So I kind of got that initial impression that this is a great industry to be a part of.
So, what was it about LANWAN Professional that actually attracted you or got your attention to work with us versus elsewhere?
What it attracted me to working with LANWAN Professional versus other options was primarily the repayment the repayment option provided. I can go ahead and receive the training and as well as the certifications, all the remote training, the hands-on learning, as well as the testing. All of that was provided, and then I can really think about the repayment options on there. Versus at other providers, you have to come up with a large initial investment and then work from there.
So I know that you said other options. Did you look into completing your training elsewhere? And if so, in your opinion, how did LANWAN Professional differ in comparison to those other options?
I did look at completing my training at other locations, primarily at local colleges, the Cisco academies. But what the advantage that I saw at LANWAN Professional was not only the remote and hands-on training provided, it's provided at the CCNA level as well as all the specializations for voice, wireless, and security. And then I have the options of moving on to the CCMP as well as CCDP and even onto the CCIE level. All of that training is provided under that one company. The training at LANWAN Professional exceeded my expectations. When I arrived on location, the equipment that was provided for us to work on, it it was right there. It wasn't a virtual terminal or a group shared project or anything like that. We were separated into individual teams and assigned the equipment to work on, to configure, to rewire in order to complete the assignments. And that definitely blew my expectations.
In your opinion, what were the most beneficial ways that LANWAN Professional has helped you become placed in your current position?
The most beneficial way that LANWAN Professional assisted me in becoming placed at my current position was the training, the hands-on training. I think the obtaining the certification was just one step, but by working with the equipment and knowing exactly what we're doing and how it's being done, that to me was the most beneficial aspect of it.
Corey, tell me about your new position. I mean, what is your new position? What company will you be working with? And what will a typical day for you look like at your new company?
I was recently hired at Cooper Industries to be their junior network administrator. And Cooper Industries is a large multinational firm that has seven different departments under it. and I'll be supporting those 7 departments both locally and internationally. On a daily basis, I'll be not only be supporting the local area network with the Cisco devices, but also the wide area network, their connection with Verizon as well.
Salary expectations, were those met, exceeded with your new position? I mean, I know when we talk to people, we're like, oh yeah, you're gonna make more than what you were making before. Is that really true? And did it meet or exceed your expectations?
The salary that I've been offered at this point in time, it completely exceeded my expectations. I made a significant jump from where I was before to what I am making now. And I have to thank LANWAN Professional for assisting me in getting that opportunity.
How is that going to impact your life now?
With my new salary and the new opportunity presented, I can personally take care of some outstanding debt that I have. I plan my future goal is to go ahead and completely resolve my existing debt and continue my life being more successful as well as more financially responsible, all thanks to the opportunity and the salary that I'm receiving right now at this new position.
What do you think, maybe both for you and your classmates, was the biggest stumbling blocks to be becoming hired? And then how did LANWAN Professional help you overcome those obstacles?
The biggest stumbling block to becoming hired was actually occurred initially straight out of training when we began uh, posting the resumes online and searching out jobs itself. You would receive the responses, and handling and articulating yourself and being able to relay the confidence required for some of these positions was a great stumbling block for me personally, as well as a lot of my peers. And LANWAN, the coaching that LANWAN provided on a daily basis, it helped instill that confidence and that the way to articulate your skill set in such a way that you are what the company needs in order to get the job done.
So, since you've completed your training and you've been placed in this new job, what are your thoughts on the success that you've experienced?
My thoughts on the success that I've experienced, I honestly can't believe that it happened in such a short period of time. I've gone through college. I've worked the normal, trying to make it the traditional method, I should say. But with the LANWAN professional training, the way it's structured, the information that's provided, it's very intensive, and it's focused and pinpointed. And I really like the interaction provided with the staff and with the material itself. It's amazing.
How has LANWAN Professional impacted your life, maybe both in the short and in the long term?
In the short term, I'm able to have gotten a new career, a new lease on life, and in the long term, being after working with LANWAN Professional, I can plan and look forward to a bright future in the IT industry, in the networking field, working with Cisco products, both on the from the hands-on perspective as well as the design perspective.
Do you feel that your experience within LANWAN Professional has made a change in your life beyond the technical and beyond the professional level? How has LANWAN Professional maybe impacted you on a personal level?
LANWAN Professional on a personal level gave me the opportunity to meet new people. I've gained new friends from the peers that I've worked with in the training camps, and now we communicate daily. And I have a friend right now who's working in France because of coming through the LANWAN Professional program. And I think to me that's invaluable because now I have friends that are also in the industry working with me. And at any point in time, I can tap them for additional resources or even for a future job placement. They can refer me towards it.
So I know that you just said that you kept in contact with some people from camp, and one guy's working in France. How does that feel? I mean, I know a lot of your campmates have been placed into jobs. How does that make you feel looking at your colleagues and seeing that they've been placed?
Looking at my colleagues and seeing the types of positions that they have been placed in, it instills that confidence that by coming through LANWAN Professional, it really was the right choice for me personally, because now I have this new career, and I can also see that it's not only a select few that come through the program and it happens to. It actually all of us that come through the program have been employed at a very great positions.
It seems like the success stories of LANWAN Professional are too good to be true. And as I mentioned before, now you're one of these stories. So when others hear of the success that you've experienced in such a short amount of time, how do you explain it?
How do I explain the success that I've had in such a short amount of time? To the skeptics, what I'd have to say is honestly to look at the way that it's structured, the amount of information that's presented to you initially on while you're doing your research. Yes, there. While I was doing research, yes, there was several instances where I saw bad reviews about the company. And initially, when I signed up, even my parents told me to make sure I look into this and ensure that it's not a scam. But I went ahead and took the risk. And after speaking with the staff out at LANWAN Professional, meeting with several other peers who were just as skeptical as I were in some of those situations, it it made me realize that yes, this is a reputable organization, and I would like to continue working for them.
You said that even when you were looking to sign up, your parents told you to be sure it's not a scam. Can you tell me a little bit about that story and maybe some steps that you took in the process of moving forward in a relationship with us to where you are now?
Um, Moving forward to working with LANWAN Professional, one of the major things that helped me ensure that it's not a scam was the fact that the initial training camp, the 3 day camp, was offered to come out and to get that hands on, to meet with the staff, basically give you a quick tour of the program, the facility, and exactly what they had to offer. And after attending that camp, I realized that this definitely is something that I would consider a great investment.
If somebody were considering applying for LANWAN Professional, let's say they're same as you, maybe they've been working in an IT job that they're just not getting growth from, so they go online and they look and they come across this opportunity with LANWAN Professional and they're about to apply and they're not sure whether or not to move forward. I mean, what would you say to them? I mean, with your own experience.
I would say to the people that are a little hesitant about the land ramp professional opportunity that's presented to them, once you've applied to it, me personally, I have outstanding student loans that I need to take care of right now, and being involved with something that's not going to be beneficial to my future was something that is not a luxury for me at this point in time. So when looking at LANWAN Professional, initially I was a little hesitant at the entire the entire opportunity, the way that it's structured, the promises that was outlined in the ad.
What are your thoughts about the placement or career training? I know earlier you had kind of mentioned your thoughts on that and mentioned even Ray Choi. Would you mind kind of touching base on that for me again?
The career placement provided at LANWAN Professional, it worked hand in hand with the technical training. We worked a lot on technical training from day one. You're dropped right into this rigorous program, but then we take a break and we have career training. Ray Choi would come in and, like he would say, you need to present yourself as the person to get the job done. You're the right person to get the job done. And being able to gain that confidence as well as the skills and the knowledge that's being presented in that placement, in that career placement training, I think helped volumes, particularly when it comes to after you completed your examinations and you're now looking for that job. That's exactly where it comes in handy. Jonathan Klein is the career placement expert. He is the guru at career placement at LANWAN Professional. He assists you with getting your resume set up, your interviews, your both your phone interviews and your face-to-face interviews, working with responses as well as handling all the different offers that you're being presented. He is amazing. I would like to thank Jonathan Klein, for understanding my character the way that I am. He pushed me. There are times where I honestly couldn't believe that or me personally, I didn't have the confidence to believe that the program is going to work the way that it's outlined. But Jonathan Klein, as well as all the other support staff at LANWAN Professional, helped me tremendously in getting this position that I am in today. I would like to thank Mr. Eric Choi for giving me the opportunity to come out there and work with LANWAN professionals. I understand the screening process is beneficial to the program right now, and Mr. Choi took the chance with me personally. We had a lot of sit-down discussions and a lot of face-to-face, and we talked about my experiences, my past experiences, what I plan on getting out of the program, where do I see myself, and as well as my skill sets, my proficiencies. And after being able to sit face-to-face and to meet Mr. Choi was excellent for me. It provided that credibility that this program is something that I would like to be a part of, and I think is beneficial for my career.
I do want you to touch a little bit on Eric's character. I mean, there is a disparity between what's presented online and the experience that people have with him. Those of us who know Eric, man, I mean, we know Eric, right? You know Eric at this point. But the only thing, Eric doesn't really have an online presence other than what that one guy wrote about him on his blog, and there's such a discrepancy. So I mean, as someone who's known Eric, worked with Eric, I mean, you don't work for LANWAN, so I mean, what is your impression of him?
My impression of Mr. Eric Choi, after looking online and looking at the reviews, there was a very negative connotation or very negative presentation of Mr. Choi's character and the way he operates. But I met him face to face. We, on many occasions, we've talked about practically almost everything. I know from my past experiences, my personal life, my professional life. He's a very personable character, a very direct, to the point individual. If he thinks that this program is not going to be beneficial for you, he will tell you up front and let you know that maybe you should look at a different career track. But if he honestly believes that you are a valuable candidate, he will invest his time and energy in you. And that, I think, it speaks volume about his character.
It seems like the success stories of LANWAN Professional are just too good to be true. And now you're one of those stories. As a former skeptic yourself, apparently, based on your own experience going from skeptic to being someone successful placed in a position, how do you explain the success that you have to other people who are maybe in that same position of being skeptical of the success of the program?
To the people that are a little bit hesitant and skeptical of the program, I would say to go ahead and do your due diligence. Look online and do your research. However, when you just solely base your decision on looking online and all the reviews, you may come across some negative responses. I came across that personally, and it did make me a little skeptical, a little hesitant. But I took the chance to come out and to meet with the staff during the initial 3-day evaluation period, the 3-day camp, and that completely changed my perspective on the entire program. The way that they operate, the way that the organization is structured, and the help that you receive from day one, it's amazing. And I would definitely recommend LANWAN Professional to anyone at this point.